Hello everyone, DeathStimulator bringing you some more Naval Action. Today we have a tough matchup. It's a PvP. We're versing a Santisima and a Privateer with a Constitution and 2 Trincomalees. Basically we're going to have to focus on getting on their tail and doing as much damage as possible. We'll come in at the old 135 angle? Yeah, 135 will be alright. Don't have particularly high hopes for this one. Santisima is going to really destroy us. Alright, I'll focus on getting their rear armour down. Ideally, these guys will be able to wreck their sails. And once we get their rear armour down, we can begin hitting them with grape. The idea is just to disable their ship as much as possible. Wreck their sails, ideally demast the ship, or if we can't do that, basically just reduce their effectiveness. Without a crew, that big ship's not going to be able to sail itself. And without the sails, it's not going to be moving anywhere. That's pretty much how we're going to deal with this. Not going to be an easy fight, to say the least. I don't want to turn into the wind, though. I don't want to lose what little speed I have at the moment. On our initial pass, we'll probably fire off our port side weapons at their sails. As it looks like they're actually going to present themselves quite nicely to us. Naturally, we can't go toe to toe with them. However, I was hoping we'd get a little bit more height on that. No, we'll just wait till they're closer. They're going to come at us head on for the moment. Alright, we're going to swing around and try and cut in on their starboard side. We'll be going against the wind, but I think it's worth it if we can avoid taking a broadside from their port guns. Nope. They've seen us. They're just going to get us. That's alright. We'll get some decent shots off against them here. Unfortunately, we're a little bit closer than I'd like. Not much luck, sadly. Well, we'll see if we can spin ourselves around in a timely fashion. Oh, they got our pump. That's pretty much the worst thing that could have happened. Oh, next to the rudder. I guess the rudder would have been worse. Alright, we'll see if we can pummel their sails a little bit more from this position. They're probably going to get another broadside off against us, and then we're going to be forced to throw a repair on. Oh dear, looks like our shots were a little bit lower than I'd have liked. Well, see if we can get on their tail at this point. Try and present as much of our forward arc as possible. Don't really want to suffer too many side shots from them. Should be reloaded by about now. We'll try for a lucky shot on the mast. Unlikely. Looks like they are waiting until they can get a side profile on us. Oh no, they've only just reloaded. Ah, they must have much heavier guns. Certainly to be expected, really, that class of ship. Well, they have hit the foredeck of our ship quite hard, but overall we came out of that one quite all right. Diddly squat to them. Alright, gonna have to get a repair on it and put our crew on the good old-fashioned survival. Get our speed up as well. I don't really want to catch a second broadside here. We should be able to swing round in time though. If we can get their rudder and their sails down, we stand a fighting chance. Unfortunately, a little low with the chain shot there. That was really just poor shooting on my part, no excuse. Make sure we get a shot off with our forward guns against them coming across here. I think the ultimate, I guess the ultimate disadvantage we could end up with during this fight would be if we accidentally well, sorry, not accidentally, if the wind suddenly changed on us. We'd be quite helpless. So far, we have managed our turns quite nicely. We haven't really been caught in their line of fire, which is good. Excellent, some proper shots low on the stern of their ship. Even a single shot from their stern chasers packs quite the wallop against us. If we can maintain this, it will hopefully go well. We get just a little bit more height, that'll do. Alright, we have taken off their rear armour, so I'm going to switch up to Grape. Hopefully they won't get repairs underway anytime soon. One more section of double shot off at them, and that should begin to seal the deal. How are our allies going? That Trincomalee's fine. And, oh, Landlover is completely fine as well. Fantastic. It's going to slow the battle sail here. In fact, you can go a little bit slower than that. See if we can line up with the stern of their ship, get some free shots off. I want to hold off firing though until we can actually hit the rear of their ship where they have no armour. Well, he's completely against the wind now. Fire away. Decent amount of crew there. Fortunately, their guns are pretty low on the water at this point, so they're not able to get any decent shots off. Hoping that Trincomalee ally passes by fairly rapidly. We are probably going to take another hit here though. You know, I'd hate it if he's able to get shots off against both of us. Trying to see what's going on here. Oh, he got our rudder. That will probably put us in a very dire situation. The turns are going to be incredibly slow. Probably not going to be able to get any decent shots off against him at the moment. We've got nothing better to do with our grape shots. We can probably harass this small ship. No, not even a single hit on them. I think, oh, we got one initially. Have to go on survival mode, otherwise we are going to see. Wind shifted on us. I thought we were actually in an alright spot. Darn. Need to pay more attention to that. We should be able to get out of it just fine, but it's put us in a very precarious position. Fortunately, we don't present a huge target, but I'd rather get out of this as soon as possible. Phew. A wasted barrage. Sail speed back up and we can get going. No luck sadly on the going for the lucky call it? Lucky demast front. Would we be able to get bull shot off at him at this distance? Most certainly not. So we haven't even used a single repair yet. It's not great. Yeah, barely maintaining equilibrium in survival mode. However, once we take another barrage, we'll use our last repair and then just wing it from there. Switching to battle sail briefly while he's preparing shots off against me. I highly doubt that he'll worry about hitting me, well, hitting my sails at this point. But better safe than sorry. And I've put them back into full at this point anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We are taking on water, but I just don't want to use a repair until we take another serious barrage from him. Another serious barrage will probably sink us regardless, but it'll give us a bit of time. Okay, so we have actually weathered this incredibly well. Pop our last repair. And that should actually put us in pretty good stead. We should stop taking water. Must learn how to fire my guns off in separate arcs. Just try and stay out of his port side's gun range. We're slowly working his crew down. I really should actually have grape shot on my port guns. Darn. Oh well, might be able to use it here to try and sink the privateer. Hits. These turns are taking forever though. Curse the rudder being out. We had a wind change again. Or I might have taken the angle wrong. Feels like we've had another wind change though. Thought I had set up my sails to be invisible at this point, but does not seem to be working. Seems to work for the forward ones though. Guess they probably don't expect us to be in full sail when we're using our port and starboard guns. This is not looking too fantastic. Not looking too schmick at all. We're pretty much going to have to eat whatever we're given, unless I can swing the ship round and come in on his port side. Run by him port to port. I have a feeling though he'll quite comfortably turn into the wind. And yeah, there we go. Oh no, looks like we've gotten lucky and he's actually decided to turn. So we can pass him and hopefully not take any significant hits. Or he is just going to wait. Oof. Wait until he's reloaded was what I was going to say. Never mind, we did not have the momentum to make it in any case. However, our ally may have pushed him out of an optimal firing arc here. Ouch, that might be the end for the Trincomalee though. Can't get a damage profile on it, unfortunately. And he'll probably cop a full port side now after taking that starboard damage. I really don't want to board, thank you. Not yet anyway, while you have double my men. Get very, very lucky. Great shot might reduce his crew here. We're going to sink. Well done to the Santisima. Didn't have an easy job of it. Our Trincomalee allies unfortunately knocked our forwardmost mast off at this point. If we get incredibly lucky, which it doesn't look like we will, we might be able to make it back and board them, and just reduce their crew numbers. However, at this point, that seems fairly unlikely. Bowsprit, that's the term. I read that the other day. There. No, there we go. Well, we'll see how the two Trincomalees do. Should have boarded them when I had the chance. It's most unfortunate. just short, unfortunately. Oh, looks like our other Trincomalee has sunk, which leaves Landlubber alone. Against the mostly stationary Santisima now. Well, at least we sunk the privateer. Small consolation. Yeah, unfortunately, once the Santisima was able to get my rudder, that was pretty much it. I wasn't able to get in line with them fast enough, and as a result, I wasn't able to do the same output of damage as I had been, which ultimately meant that I couldn't reduce their crew numbers enough, and we weren't able to take them. Once again, I also should have boarded them. That would have probably killed off at least half their remaining crew, would have reduced them to around 200, which would have then made boarding by the other vessels an entirely possible option. So certainly a bit of suboptimal play on my part there. I was fairly confident that I would have been able to survive a barrage, but that just shows really, I mean, that the Santisima can pretty much obliterate the armour on one side of my constitution with a single double shot barrage. There's no way that my half armour at that time was going to be able to take that hit. Well played by the Santisima and the privateer as well, of course. And the Trincomalees. They did a great job. They went for the mast initially, as I asked, and proceeded to inflict quite a lot of damage to the Santisima in general. It all went fairly well. Shouldn't say that all is lost at this point, of course, but from a mathematical perspective, the Santisima should do fairly well against a single Trincomalee. Yeah, he had his sails round the wrong way briefly for a minute there. I was going to say, am I sailing this? No. It's alright, somebody else is doing what I do. Ooh, is he going to cop a bit of fire? No, he's just been able to avoid it. Superb. Is the Trincomalee going to be able to make the turn against the wind? That is the question. Oh no, they're going to swing out, go the long way. Depending on what the Santisima's got loaded up, they might actually be able to avoid getting shot initially, but it'll be hard for them to approach the Santisima at this point in the game without risking a full broadside. Yes, we'll deal with the side of this board. I mean, I guess it could be the other kind of broadside. Oops. But yes, can't have a ship surrendering. That would not do at all. I do hope that he doesn't just run away, though. Less than impressed if this is how things are going to go. Oh, what a shot! What a shot by the Santisima. That was quite spectacular. You've got another bowsprit ready? He's not going to be able to outshoot the Santisima. Oh, there we go. Not sure if the Santisima was going for the sails there. Probably going for the sails of the mast. I mean, down to 77% sails. It's even less than the Santisima's actually on at this point. I think the Santisima we stopped at around 82. Well, let's see what the Trincomalee has up their sleeve.